Dan with 2K Jigs. I'm sure some of you heard some of my testimony this past weekend at the tournament. We're here at Outdoorsman Sports Shop. I wanted to give you a little bit more insight on my journey of faith with Jesus from the time I was in middle school all the way till now. Growing my business, the thoughts I had as a kid of what I wanted to do with my life, all the way up until where I am now, running 2K Jigs. As a middle schooler, high school, I always wanted to be a professional fisherman. And I took that path as far as I could take it. I would fish a lot of tournaments, meet a lot of new people. I thought this was what I wanted to do, and I kind of thought this is what God wanted me to do. I continued to follow this path, and along the way, I might even pushed him out a little bit and didn't make it as much about him as I did about fishing. And I grew up and got married when I was 20. Ended up having my first kid when I was 21, which is such a blessing, and putting my wife through school. Had a regular job just like most of you are going to have, and worked real hard putting her through school for many years and fishing 60, 75 tournaments a year, trying to catch the dream that we're all trying to catch, right? All want to be Kevin Van Dam. And life's tough. It's just a tough deal. You think you have a plan, and then God kind of shows you the way, and it might not be the same plan that you thought he had for you, but if you follow him and you listen, you'll find that it's probably a better plan than you thought it was going to be, or what you initially thought your plan should be. And raising a family, none of you have a family now, you're really young, but the older you get, you'll end up having a family, you have responsibilities, and you'll need to provide for that family. And so I was working the job, put my wife through college, and fishing hard, and lost my job, lost everything we had. And talking to my wife one day, how can we pull ourselves out of this? You know, a lot of prayer, a lot of not sure what's going to happen. And that's the hardest thing for myself to deal with, is not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, and just find yourself in the present and allow God to determine your future. God point you in the right direction of your future, and not worry about what's happening next. Just know that he's got it, and just focus on the present. And we prayed a lot for that. And one tournament, me and my partner got on a big jig bite. And meanwhile, I don't have a job, right? I'm unemployed, don't have much money. And we're fishing for a lot. We're fishing for like $14,000, $15,000. And using a lot of jigs. I think we went through $100 in jigs. And this was back in 2009, I think, 2008, 2009. And went through a lot of jigs. And after that tournament, we came up 1 pound short of $15,000. And I thought, you know what? I can make those jigs we were catching them on. We don't need to spend any more money on that. So I got started and started making some pretty good baits. And my buddies were liking them, and people were using them, and they thought they were pretty good. And I just prayed about it for a long time, and I said, I ended up talking to my wife and said, hey, what do you think about me starting a business? And meanwhile, we don't have any money. I don't have a job. And I got the most faithful wife you've ever seen in your life, and she says, hey, we got a little bit of money, tax money coming back, and I'm going to give it to y'all, and you're going to start this business. And so I took every penny we had, and I dumped it into what was custom kicker jigs at that time. And to tell you the truth, I'm not sure how it turned into what it is today. I just know that I tried real hard, and we prayed a lot, and God just kept putting different situations in front of me, and we kept overcoming them. And when you're running a business or you're in life and you think, okay, we're on the right path and we're moving to where we need to go, and then some hurdle comes in the way. And for me, the biggest hurdle I had when I started this business was I signed up a new dealer out of Canada, and this was 6 months into it, and he put an order in for about $30,000, which was pretty awesome. And we manufactured that order, and we were ready to ship. And meanwhile, it took 3 months, every nickel we had, to manufacture it. And the day of delivery, he calls me and says, I can't take it. So imagine not having any money, starting a business, and losing out on $30,000 and really have no way to pay the employees that helped manufacture it, no way to pay back the vendors that you purchased the product from to manufacture it. So that was my first big hurdle. And through a lot of faith and a lot of prayer, somehow we figured out a way to sell off that product at pennies on the dollar, but just enough to stay afloat. And that almost crushed us. And it was probably the first hurdle in a long list of hurdles as far as growing this business. And we continued to move forward and create, and we surround ourselves by a lot of positive, a lot of creative people that continue to help us grow this company to where it is. And every day for me and my family, it's a struggle. It really is. When you own your own business, you're always thinking where the next order is going to come. You're always worried about the next thing. And it's so hard, but to know that God has a plan and He's going to take care of you, and to just focus in the present and not worry about tomorrow is the only thing that's gotten us through this. And now today, we're in 300-400 locations, retail locations. We have a successful e-commerce business. We have hundreds of people throughout the country promoting our product, and there's really no other way this could have happened than without Jesus Christ. Like, I couldn't tell you, if you're talking to me about business, I couldn't tell you one thing. This is what you have to do to be successful, because I'm not quite sure how it happened. I can just sit here and tell you that through faith, through prayer, through focusing on today and not tomorrow. I've been doing this for over 15 years now, supporting my family. I've been able to make a great life for myself, and there's only one person you could even imagine making that possible. I'm just a poor boy, redneck boy from small town. There's no reason why this should ever happen to me, but through faith it did. And as you guys grow in your fishing and you grow in your life, through college, through your next job, when you get married, when you have kids, the biggest thing I can tell you is to just have faith. Pray to God. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. What you need to do is worry about today. How can you be the best person you can be today? How can you share God's light throughout the people you know? And let tomorrow take care of itself. And if you can do that, if you can figure that out, He's going to open up so many doors for you, and you're going to be successful no matter what He picks. There's no reason to ever worry about something He already has a plan for. He already knows what's happening tomorrow. So there's no reason for you to worry about tomorrow, because it's already written. So that's kind of my testimony and how I started from nothing, small town boy, wanted to be a fisherman, to now manufacturing, running one of the largest lure businesses in the state of Michigan. So give it up to the big guy, because he's the reason I'm here.